Download the BCSN Plus app today.
Our conversation continues tonight with Ted Tucker, the former Goaldiggers goalie who helped elevate Toledo to a pair of championships in 1975 and 1978. Today, Tucker discusses the team, the rivalries, and the fans who used to cheer them on at the Toledo Sports Arena.
You could go into any bar in Toledo and yell out Goaldiggers, and there'd be somebody that stands up and says, I know those guys. I used to go to the sports arena. Those guys were unbelievable. You won a championship with them. What was that like?
Teddy played me and Pierre perfectly.
You're talking about Teddy Garvin, who was the coach.
Yeah, Teddy Garvin. He played me and Pierre perfectly. Pierre for some reason, didn't like playing at home.
Okay.
So the first.
He didn't like your home crowd? Or what?
No, I think he was just nervous at home because of the demand of the fans.
People were rabid. I mean, they were rabid, yeah.
But Pierre was one of the best goaltenders I ever played with, and he proved it in Game 7 in Dayton, in Troy against Dayton. He stood out on his head. He stopped a penalty shot, and that got us into the finals. Now, role reversal, because I didn't play good against Dayton on the road.
Yeah.
He played me against Saginaw because I loved playing against Saginaw. So that's how I ended up playing the 7th game in Saginaw.
I mean, that electrified our community. And still people talk about it. Was it the Dayton Bombers or what was it?
Gems.
The Dayton Gems, okay. My Goaldiggers story, I went with a guy who was a huge hockey fan and big-time hockey guy. And so it was against Dayton. And I went. How did that go? I went to get popcorn, I went to get a beverage or whatever it was, and he's not in the seat, you know, and I'm looking around, and there's a lot of commotion, scuffling in the stands, and the Dayton Gems, some of them had gone over the wall. They were in the stands fighting Toledo fans. They were fighting the fans, and I look up, and my buddy is getting pounded by one of the Dayton Gems. I mean, it was Slapshot. It was... I'm telling you, in my heart, I think it was Slapshot. Was it that way, kind of?
Against Dayton, we had a big rivalry.
Okay.
And it might have been the same game you're talking about. Yeah. Jim Petty, who was a heck of a goaltender, he unfortunately left this earth too soon.
Yeah.
He played with Boston a couple of years. We're in warm-ups, and we're both not starting, and we're chirping at each other.
Sure.
And we're going, you know, this and that. We go to our benches. Well, Pierre had a bad first period. All of a sudden, I'm in the game. And I caught the puck in the second period, and I tossed it at the bench, at Dayton's bench.
Yeah.
And I wanted Petty to come over the bench, and he wouldn't come over. He almost came over, but they held him back because he would have got suspended.
Okay.
And this is going right before the playoffs.
Gotcha.
Now we go into the third period, and with I don't know how many minutes to go, bench clearing.
Wow.
So Petty and we squared off, we fought. And I grazed him with a punch, and then I saw his punch, and I ducked my head, and he hit me here, and he broke his hand.
Hockey guys are tough. It might be the toughest sport, you know, there is, and physically demanding, and it's the real deal. I mean, you got to be a man to play hockey. There are no sissies out on the ice playing hockey. I guarantee you that. Did you ever see a place other than Toledo where at the end of the national anthem, they yell out, the whole auditorium yells out, hit somebody?
That started, I think, in the Storm era, because they never did it when I played.
They weren't there when you were doing it. They just yell, hit somebody. They're ready to fight, and they'd have fights before it would even start.
Well, we had a couple of those. We had the Murder Incorporated with Doug Mahood,
Tardini,
Paul Tannerdini, and Willie Trognitz.
Yeah, and they were. Oh my God, they hurt some people.
Yes, they did.
They brought fear to some people. I want to Murder Incorporated, and they print it right in the paper in the Blade. You know, it'd be Murder Incorporated took the ice and took out 4 players for. Those were incredible days.